Hello guys, it's been a while since I last brought you one of these. I've been busy with college, with finals, back end jobs and such, but I'll try and upload these often. This is Quadratic Primes, and I'm not going to read this because it's actually really long. Basically what you need to do is the absolute value of A is less than 1,000, value of B is less than 1,000. It even gives you a nice formula right here, equation, whatever you want. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to make a function for this equation. So public static, we're going to make an int. I believe it's within the bounds of integer. We're going to call it f. And what we need here is we need an n, an a number, an int number. And we're going to return times n. Where is it? A times n. There we go. So that's all we need to do for that. Next thing we want to do is in here to look for primes. So we need a prime, we need a function to test if a number is prime. So we're going to make that next. I've done this multiple times in previous tutorials, so if you're confused you can look there. But it's going to be a boolean is prime num. So if num is less than 2, return false. If it's 2, return true. If num mod to 0, false. There we go. This is the is prime function. It's going to return a boolean true if a number is prime, false otherwise. Like I said, I've done this in multiple previous tutorials, so that shouldn't be much of a big deal. So in this, once we find the highest consecutive number of primes, if you read it, that's what we're doing. We need to test it against the previous highest. And I've also done this in previous tutorials. I just never made a function of it. Static void check highest. And we're going to take a think about this. To take on high. Yeah, I believe that's right. This is going to hold the highest number of primes. It's going to check it with our previous highest. So if high is greater than highest, and the reason that's underlined red is because we didn't make it yet. We're going to set highest primes equal to high. Set is a equal to a number b. And I believe that's right. I don't see why it'd be wrong. But now we can get started with the meat of it. here. Up here we're going to have two static variables, or class variables. Private static highest primes. Actually, we can do it all in one line. A equals 0, 0. There we go. So let's get started here. Let's make them longs. Go. So let's just start it here. A equals -1000 and A is less than 1000 plus. The reason we're doing this is because A, the absolute value of A is less than 1000, so it can be -1000 to +1000. And down here, do the same thing for B, so it's a nested for loop. -1000 less than to +1 plus. And I didn't optimize this at all. We're going to be checking about 4 million numbers here, so it might run a little slow. So we need to check nums. We're going to check these numbers to see how many primes they generate. And down here, after this for loop, product equals A times longest, and system f a central. You don't need this A and B. However, I put it just for funsies. There we go. Now that we're done with that, the last function we need is check nums. That's pretty simple. Static void check. So this is where we have our n. This is where the n comes into play. On high 0. This is also where we n is our n value right here, and high will store how many primes are in it. Boolean prime equals true. While as prime. Okay, right here we're setting has prime to true because we're going to assume that the first number has a prime, and this is going to keep looping until it doesn't have a prime. So we're going to have to increment high in here, we're going to increment n, and we're going to have to check our function. We're going to have to check our function to see if it's prime. It will make sense once I write it down. So setting has prime to false, because if the function returns that it isn't prime, then it's going to exit this loop. So if is prime f n number as prime, And we have an error because I set this to int when it should be a long. Everything is just messed up here. Let's just set these all to long. Just YOLO. There we go. That was a doozy. Shorter than it had to be. Plus. Plus. There we go. This should give us the result that we want. Actually, no, it won't. Just we need still check longest. Check highest. It's okay. Check highest with I, a number. There we go. Save it. Let's run it. -61. These don't matter. What you really want is right here. -59,231. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. If you guys like the video, please like. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I know this one was a little confusing. Sorry, I'm really tired. But, yep. Thanks for watching.